Hello and welcome back to Tech. In this video I'm going to show you how to make a hard drive speaker. Okay, so now let's hear how it sounds. It works, but unfortunately it's not very loud. Let's have a closer listen. Let's get started. And these are the electronics you're going to need to make for this project. The items you're going to need: a 220 ohm resistor, a 22 microfarad electrolytic capacitor, an 8-pin IC socket holder, an LM386 audio amplifier, and a 1000 microfarad electrolytic capacitor. And this is the schematic that you're going to need to make for this audio amplification circuit. Now let's go and assemble this project and let's get started. First, you're going to need to take your IC socket holder and place it in the center of the Perfboard. Solder one pin into place. Hold the IC socket holder flat and then remelt the solder. That way everything is flush to the board. And now solder the rest of the pins into place. And it should look just like that. Next, you're going to need to take your 220 ohm resistor and place it onto pin 2 and 3. Bend the leads over, solder bridge it together, cut off the leads, and it should look just like this. Next, you're going to need to take your 22 microfarad electrolytic capacitor, where this side is a negative and this side is positive. What you need to do is connect the negative to pin 4 and the positive to pin 3. Just like that, push it in and bend it over. Bend over the leads so you can solder bridge them together. Just like that. Cut off the leads, and it should look just like this. Next, take your 1000 microfarad electrolytic capacitor and connect the negative to pin 5. Bend the leads over, solder it into place, and then solder bridge it together. Next, you're going to need to take your negative wire, solder it to pin 2, and then solder it to pin 4. Take your 9-volt battery connector, connect the positive to pin 6, solder bridge it to 6. Take the negative of the battery clip and connect it to pin 4. Solder it into place. Now take your audio jack, and the green is negative and the red is positive. Solder the green negative to pin 2, and then solder the red positive to pin 3. Next, take your LM386 microcontroller and place it into its socket. And there you have it, the circuit is almost complete. Solder the blue to the negative, which is pin 4. Then solder the green wire to the positive of the 1000 microfarad electrolytic capacitor. And there, the audio amplifier circuit is now complete. Now let's go into the next step. And this right here is the broken portable hard drive. Let's go open it up. Next, I'm going to take this Torx 6 screwdriver and I'm going to go and remove all of the screws, including some of the hidden ones. Remove all of the screws that are visible. Feel around to find some hidden screws. Ah, I found one right here. And there, the hard drive is now opened. Next, I need to remove the circuit that's on the opposite side of the hard drive. Doing this will reveal the hard drive motor connections. This right here is the hard drive motor connections, and what I need to do is solder tin them. Next, solder in the audio output wires from the audio amplification circuit. And there, the circuit is now complete. Now what I'm going to do is take this cloth and clean off the fingerprints, just to make things look a little bit cleaner and nicer. There we go. And now, let's go ahead and test it out. It works, but it's not very loud. Let's try to help it by putting a cup over it and see if that helps. Yes, that helps. Now this might be a mistake, but I'm going to try tinkering it by solder bridging the two connections and see if that improves the sound. Next, solder tin the remaining pads on the hard drive motor. Hopefully this will make it work better. And I'll resolder the audio output wires. Okay, let's go test it out. Well, there's something happening. It's a little louder, but it's not as loud. Put this cup over it, you can hear it better. Next is I'm going to take some hot glue and put some hot glue on the base of this cup. Yeah, that helps. Next, I'm going to take some hot glue and hot glue everything together. First, put some hot glue on the battery and the audio amplification circuit, and I'll glue it to the back of the hard drive. Glue it in a position where it stands up, where it looks nice. And there, as you can see, the project is now complete. I took the circuit and glued everything on the back. And it should look just like this. Okay, so now let's hear how it sounds. It works, but unfortunately, it's not very loud. Let's have a closer listen. Unfortunately, it's not very loud. It looks cool. I like the way it looks. I like the design of how I have this glued to the hard disk. Everything in the back looks cool. The wires sticking out. This actually looks nice. I like the looks of this. But, and especially the way it stands, it looks very nice. It looks nice, but unfortunately it's not very practical. So I have right here just a regular 4 ohm 5-watt speaker. You heard what this sounds like with this circuit, which is a very good circuit, and you can hear that it's not very loud. Now let's connect it to a regular speaker and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, and now let's go test it out. Clearly, as you can see, there's a huge difference. And there you have it. Now you know how to make your very own hard drive speaker. Unfortunately, it wasn't very loud. I think it was because the hard drive was too small. Because of using a small hard drive motor may produce a very small sound. I think if I use a larger hard drive, I might be able to produce a much louder sound. So in a future video, I'll experiment with that and see if using a larger hard drive may produce a louder sound. And there you have it. Thank you for watching SciTi Tech. I hope you learned something new, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course click on the bell icon to be notified for future SciTi Tech videos. Till the next tech, goodbye.